Some young guy pulled me out of the way of a car in the last moment. It turned out I had been so distracted while looking at the photos that I'd started crossing the road at a red light. Oh, I was lost in thought. Thank you for saving me. It could happen to anyone. Sometimes I get distracted too. Be careful next time. By the way, I'm Liam. He offered to walk me home so that I wouldn't get into trouble again. We exchanged numbers and promised to text each other in the evening. I was in a good mood when I came home for dinner. I was looking forward to my victory and was about to show my parents the photos, but Anna beat me to it. Family, I have important news. I am a candidate for the school's presidency. Ugh, she was so annoying. That was my family, not hers. Anna, that is amazing. See, Jenny, you should be more determined, like your cousin. That's right. You're older, but you look like a teenager. It's about time you got serious and forgot about your cosplay and cartoons. I'm sick of your reproaches. I got angry and went to my room. Trying to argue with them was useless. Luckily, Liam chose that moment to text me, or I definitely would have burst into tears. Everyone at school seemed to have gone crazy. There were posters on every corner saying, "Anna for president," and stuff like that. It seemed like absolutely everyone supported her, even her competitors. That really pissed me off. But soon, I figured out how to set up my perfect little cousin. At the final hearings of the candidates, I sat in the second row. Anna was giving a speech, and everyone was almost crying with delight. But then, pictures appeared on the screen behind her. Everyone was shocked. The candidate was wandering around the ghetto. What could it mean? I thought Anna would start crying and run off the stage, but she just smiled. I would like to thank my dear cousin for reminding me to tell you about my social activism as well. She said she was helping struggling people. Volunteers often have to go to unpleasant places, but this is our duty. The hall burst into applause. Everyone looked at me with contempt, even Mom and Dad. It turned out they had come too. At dinner, my parents congratulated Anna on being elected president and then scolded me again. You wanted to humiliate your cousin. That was a very mean thing to do. We're disappointed in you. That infuriated me. How can you love your niece more than your own daughter? Oh, Jenny doesn't know yet? What didn't I know? We've already applied for Anna's adoption. She's going to be your sister soon. That was too much for me. I locked myself in the room, hit my pillow, and told Liam everything. Of course, he supported me, but I still couldn't fall asleep for a long time that night. I didn't understand how my parents could have agreed to that. Anna was terribly annoying. Sometimes she joined me so we'd go to classes together. She also dreamed of family picnics and things like that. I started skipping classes. Mom and Dad didn't care anyway. I only talked to Liam. He invited me on dates and distracted me from the problems at home. One evening, my parents and Anna went to the cinema, and I asked Liam over. I left him in the living room and went to the kitchen to make some sandwiches. When I came back, he was gone. I looked out into the corridor and was dumbfounded. Liam was leaving Anna's room and looking around. What were you doing in there? Sorry, Jenny. I was looking for the bathroom and wandered into the wrong room. I believed him. We had a great time, and after Liam left, I decided to text him something nice. However, then I realized we'd accidentally swapped our phones. We had the same model of the same color. I wondered what he had on his phone. I started to look through it and couldn't believe my eyes. I found dozens of photos of Anna. On the street, at home, near school. Liam turned out to be a crazy fan of my cousin. He wanted to get closer to her through me. That jerk. Of course, a little later, Liam realized what had happened and came back. I was shaking with rage. Jenny, we seem to have mixed up our phones. Take it and get the hell out of here. I can't even look at you. You used me. You've got it all wrong. I can explain. But then, my parents' car drove into the yard, and that jerk decided to get away as soon as possible. Of course, I didn't tell anyone about it. Even the guy I liked only wanted Anna. As for my parents, they finally had the perfect daughter they'd always dreamed of. One day, I was hanging around the school park when the principal saw me. What are you doing here? Why don't you go help your cousin? He sent me to the principal's office to get some papers. When I came, Anna was not there, but some strange woman was rummaging through a drawer. Her face seemed a bit familiar to me. Hello? She saw me and immediately left. I didn't think much of it. There were a lot of weirdos in the school administration. When I came home, Mom was cleaning up. Back already? Help me dust off the books in the closet. While I was doing that, I accidentally came across an album full of old photos. Everyone looked so funny in them. My dad and Mom in their youth, Uncle Robert. Wait, that woman from school was standing next to Dad's brother in the photo. Ma, who is this? Oh, that's Anna's mom, Gwen. She divorced Uncle Robert a long time ago because she was a terrible mother and hurt Anna. She was deprived of her parental rights and forbidden from approaching her daughter. I was confused. It was all very, very strange. And then Dad came home and said, "The adoptions documents are ready. We have to go there tomorrow and sign them." The next morning, Anna wouldn't leave me alone for a second. This is the happiest day of my life. She hugged me, burst out crying, and said that she would finally have a normal family. Maybe she really was good. I should just move on? Mom and Dad were very determined to adopt her, and it wasn't like I could stop them. My thoughts were interrupted by the sound of a horn and sharp braking. Someone had jumped in front of our car. Mister, are you okay? Call an ambulance. We'll sign the paper some other time. At that moment, I looked at Anna. She looked furious, but quickly got a grip on herself. I came closer to the poor guy and almost fell from shock. The one lying next to the hood of our car was Liam. You? Jenny, trust me. Liam was brought to a hospital. He wasn't seriously hurt, but they decided to keep him overnight for observation. I waited until my parents were distracted by the conversation with the doctor, and I was left alone with Liam. What the hell are you doing? What's going on? I told you I could explain everything. Listen carefully. I couldn't believe my ears. Liam told me that he was a private detective, and he had been hired to keep an eye on my cousin. I jumped in front of your car on purpose. Your parents can't adopt her. Here's a business card. Call the number on it and you'll find out the truth. Liam gave me his client's number. A woman answered when I called. She didn't seem surprised by my call and asked me to come to a cafe. When I arrived, I realized that Liam's client was Gwen, Anna's mother. The woman I'd seen at school in the photos from the family album. She looked very sad. My daughter is a monster. She destroyed our family, and yours is next. Anna had lied to her father and told him her mother was hurting her, not giving her food and humiliating her. Uncle Robert had immediately filed for divorce and forbidding Gwen from approaching his daughter. Then, Anna had framed her father and got him arrested to get her hands on his money. But after she had succeeded, she found out Robert was bankrupt. He'd secretly opened a new account in his surname and transferred all his money to it, hoping to get out of prison and be rich again. Now, only our family members could get their hands on that money, as we had the same surname. I think that Anna needs your parents to adopt her to become a full member of the family and gain access to the money in that account. If your parents adopt Anna, she will immediately take the money and disappear. I can't let my daughter hurt anyone else. Of course, I was shocked. The perfect girl, Anna, was actually a greedy monster. I knew perfect people didn't exist. She could take not just Uncle Robert's money, but also my family savings. That would be just like her. You have to help Liam and me. I came back and decided to act. Anna was just leaving. I waited for the right moment, pulled out the key to her room from her bag, and started the search. I could find nothing worthwhile. Oh crap, footsteps. I can't wait to take the money and get away from this dumb family. All I have to do is wait for them to adopt me. Yeah, meet me at our spot. I wondered who she was talking to. I should have recorded their conversation. Anna left the room and I sneakily followed her. We left the good neighborhood and came into the ghetto. She came to the house I'd seen her stop by before. I found an open window, climbed inside and hid. Anna was meeting some dangerous-looking guy. I'm tired of hiding in this hole. Where's the money? You promised me a reward back when I helped you frame your dad and put him behind bars. Just wait a bit more. A detective ruined my plans today, but somehow those fools will sign the papers, and I will become their daughter. And then we'll withdraw the money and leave. Oops, something crunched under my foot. Who's there? Damn, I was busted, but I had nothing to lose. I've recorded everything. You're finished. See you at the police station. You should have seen their faces. I jumped out of the window and dashed down the street. After a while, I thought I'd managed to break away, but then a car appeared around the corner and started following me. Oh no, that thug was behind the wheel, and my furious cousin was sitting next to him. I really thought they were about to run me over. I was preparing to die, but then cops showed up. They stopped the car and pulled Anna's accomplice out. It wasn't my idea. You've got the wrong person. There was another criminal with him. Arrest her. The guy was handcuffed, but Anna managed to escape. They brought me home in a police car. I gave Mom and Dad the recording to listen to. They finally found out the truth. Gwen and Liam had enough dirt on my little cousin, and the bandit told the police everything when they interrogated him. The cops started investigating the fraud case again. After a while, Uncle Robert was released. The lawyers were able to prove that he was innocent. Uncle got out of prison and met with Gwen. Those two had a lot to discuss. Of course, the school found out about everything. I became a heroine. Look, it's Jenny who saved her family. Jenny, I've subscribed to your cosplay page. You're really cool. But the most important thing was that Liam and I finally got the chance to meet and talk. Jenny, our meeting wasn't an accident. I wanted to use you to get closer to Anna and investigate the case. But then I realized that you were really cool. Please forgive me. Of course I forgave Liam and agreed to go on a real date with him. We became a couple. We had a great time, laughed a lot, chatted, and went for walks, but then something else happened. After one of our dates, Liam walked me home and left because he needed to work. I decided to walk down my street. It was a warm evening and I wanted to get some fresh air. But then, someone grabbed me by the hair and started hitting me. I screamed in horror and pain. It was Anna. She'd gone berserk and started strangling me. It's all your fault. You set me up. I lost my money.